Journalist and the chairman of Act for America, DOT.org, Brigitte Gabriel, along with former executive director of Iranian Americans for Liberty, Bryan Leib. Good to have you both. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Brigitte, from a national security standpoint, do you believe that it would be in the best U.S. interest to locate these stores of uranium and take them out of Iranian hands as soon as possible?
Absolutely. And rest assured that our intelligence is monitoring this, and it is in our best interest to know exactly if they have moved, where they have been moved to. Because remember, Iran is threatening the United States, and for years, to put a nuclear head on a ballistic missile and fire it at America. Because remember, America is the great Satan, Israel is the little Satan. So we are monitoring it. There are people at the Pentagon right now and at CENTCOM evaluating where it could have gone and what is the next step. And if there is any threat whatsoever, America will not hesitate to take action, because President Trump's interest is in protecting the American people and our interest in the United States.
So well said. Now, Bryan Leib, I know Iran's top diplomat has said that the possibility of new negotiations with the United States on his country's nuclear program has been complicated by the American attack on 3 of the sites, which he conceded caused serious damage. Now, Iran's foreign minister had this to say on reports of a meeting. No agreement, arrangement, or discussion has taken place regarding the initiation of new negotiations. This was said despite Trump saying that there will be talks next week. The question to you, Bryan, what can either side do to start uncomplicating things between each other?
Well, wouldn't it be nice if the Islamic Republic of Iran came out with a strong statement that said that they are abandoning all of their nuclear ambitions? If there is any uranium that the president's strike did not get, that they are going to demolish that. I mean, wouldn't it be nice for them to say something like that proactively? But come on, let's be honest, guys, they're not going to. This is the Islamic Republic of Iran. They're calling Carter's terrorism, not diplomacy. But, President Trump, he tried for 60 days. He tried, TW, to engage in diplomacy with this regime, and they refused to. And after 60 days, the regime saw that when you don't engage in diplomacy, they saw the end result. So I don't think they have any genuine interest, honestly, in diplomacy, because diplomacy with terrorists, first of all, is never going to succeed, and terrorists are never interested in diplomacy either.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and it makes it a very tough time for the president, but I think he's winning on every front. But Ms. Gabriel, question to you: there's a lot of concern and discussion about the differences between the leadership of Iran and the people of Iran. Talk to me about what the Iranian people, what are their possibilities of them seeking a new government change, a new change in regime? Is that even a possibility at this point?
Well, thank you for bringing this point up. There's a huge difference, a very clear red line between the the Iranian people who want a regime change, who want to overthrow the regime, and the mullahs who are running the country. Look, the Iranian people took out to the streets by the millions. Remember, under Obama, all the demonstrations that went on. Remember, over the years, over the last 10 years, where they so desperately tried to overthrow the regime. Remember the women taking off their hijabs in rebellion against the regime. Unfortunately, none of the world big powers came to stand by the Iranian people. The mullahs are so strong. The besieged military, who is on the streets of Iran, fully armed, by the way, ready to shoot at anybody, any gathering, anybody complaining, and they are trying to crush the spirit of the Iranian people rising. However, I believe right now, once the Iranian people see how the regime has been weakened, because remember, they have not had internet access since the beginning of the war. So they really do not know how badly the leadership has been affected.
Interesting.
If they get a hint that they can rise and they can win and that the world powers will stand with them, they will rise to overthrow the regime.
I think you're right. But Bryan, I wanted to pivot over to yesterday, where the president actually slammed Iran's supreme leader, claiming he's done with his pursuit of sanctions relief for Iran, following the statement claiming Iran has beaten Israel and slapped the U.S. in the face. The president posted to Truth Social yesterday saying, why would the so-called supreme leader Ayatollah of the war-torn country of Iran say so blatantly and foolishly that he won the war with Israel when he knows his statement is a lie? It is not so. Your thoughts on the president's tweet?
I mean, this plays in directly to what I just said about diplomacy with the Iranian regime is never going to succeed. They have no interest in engaging in good faith with us. They continue to try and, quote unquote, spit in the face of our president. It's not going to work. And just a real quick point about what Brigitte said about the Iranian people taking to the streets. That I'm told that they have already started taking to the streets again. The regime has started to send their militias or their people back out into the streets to try and quell these uprisings. My prediction is that if this continues to happen and the world continues to see the Iranian people rising up and what the regime does against them, I think that this regime is going to fall very, very soon.
Well, I think a weakened Iran makes the world a safer place, and we're grateful for President Trump. Brigitte Gabriel and Bryan Leib, thank you so much both for being with us.
Thanks, CW.
Thank you.
Keeping our children safe